Two big Second Amendment updates that happened yesterday here on this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hello, my friends. Thank you all for your time. Welcome to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. And if you're looking for that type of news, please consider subscribing to this channel and join this growing freedom family. We have two updates from yesterday. The first of which, the Miller v. Becerra case that is looking to just destroy the California assault weapon ban and hopefully all the other assault weapon bans across the country. That took a big step forward yesterday. The evidentiary portion ended yesterday, and most people were anticipating Judge Benitez, yes, the same judge from Freedom Week and the bullet background check bill, all that stuff. We were expecting him to do some type of stay and follow the process that has been California's normal, right? An appeal, go to the 9th, they can take up to 1.5 to 2 years to hear the case on the appeal, and it would go back, wait for him to rule on that. But what he did yesterday was pretty smart, I think. Instead of going through that process and issuing the stay and knowing that the AG of California would, look to stop that, he just accelerated the case. He said, we're moving toward our jury trial. It's going to be January 21st of 2021, which is not very far away when you're talking about court cases. That's like right around the corner. So that's good. I mean, we're going to have an actual jury trial in this and get to a legal end in this. And then, of course, it could still be appealed after the fact. But that leads me into the second update. The scope of the United States Supreme Court is about to change on Monday. Yesterday was the Senate Judiciary Committee's day of voting to move forward the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett, and it went through unanimously. Now, if you were watching any of those hearings that were on, you might say, how did that happen to go through unanimously when the Democrats were so against anything happening? Well, that's because, like the bunch of crybabies that they are, the Democrats all boycotted this vote and stayed out of the committee meeting like a bunch of crybabies. So the only committee members to show up and do their job were the Republican members, and they had enough to have a quorum, and they all voted to move Amy Coney Barrett forward to the floor of the Senate for a full vote. And that is going to happen on Monday. They're already starting the deliberations right now. And again, to the Democrats' demise, and again, the feelings matter for them, the Republican Party has the majority, and she will be confirmed on Monday. Amy Coney Barrett will be the next justice on the United States Supreme Court. And it couldn't have happened at a better time. There were a couple 2A cases in the pipeline with a couple major decisions looming in the Ninth Circuit regarding magazine bans. Now with the assault weapon ban and the bullet background check bill, all that stuff is primed to head to the Supreme Court, as well as a couple other cases in the country that are still on the lower levels of the appeal process. So another big step forward for the Second Amendment, and I know some people are going to say, well, wait a second, the court hasn't taken up any cases on the 2A in 10 years. Well, that landscape is going to be drastically changed on Monday. From what I'm hearing, and I don't talk to anybody in the Supreme Court, they probably don't even know this channel exists, but I do talk to people who know people in the courthouse, clerks and stuff, and they do deal with people in the court as far as, bringing in appeals and stuff like that. And what I'm hearing, take it for what it's worth, but what I'm hearing is that once Justice Barrett starts working in the U.S. Supreme Court, then it really doesn't matter what the Chief Justice does. And that was a concern by many, not just the people on the court, but by the pro-gun, the pro-2A community. At any given time, the Chief Justice could sway a vote because he was kind of wishy-washy on some of that stuff lately. So that should drastically change come Monday. And we'll see, I guess, right? It's one of those wait and sees. Hurry up and wait, like the military. Hurry up and wait when you're in boot camp. So that's two positives for the second. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching these videos. I appreciate it every time I see a thumbs up and a comment. Thank you for sharing. And if you could continue to do that, it would greatly be appreciated and will absolutely help the channel because the algorithm and the shadow ban is real. Believe me when I tell you. And if you're new here, I hope you do consider joining this family. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.